What is up, everybody? Welcome back to NotAVlog, and this video is going to be a pretty sweet one because I have some important stuff to tell everybody. It's not going to be long because I don't want to make it long. So let's get into it. For the past 2 years, I have been working on something a little behind the scenes, and I have been slowly but surely figuring it out, and that's what I'm here to share with you today. That thing is in fact a solution to a very large problem that I have recently realized is a lot bigger than I initially thought, but it's one that I struggle with, which is Crohn's disease. Yes, that's right, I have Crohn's disease. And I have never brought that up on the channel, partially because I didn't think it was that important, but today it is important. And the importance of me having this infuriating disease is that with God's help, I was able to find an actual cure for Crohn's disease. Over the last 2 years since I was diagnosed with Crohn's, I have slowly been building up an arsenal of supplements, and over this entire 2-year period, I have essentially gotten rid of and completely stopped any of my symptoms of Crohn's, stopped that stupid freaking pain that always happens in your gut that feels like you're getting stabbed with 1,000 knives. I was able to stop the constipation / all the other stuff that only people with Crohn's would understand, and I don't want to explain that on YouTube because that's gross. But with the help of learning how to read medical journals, learning the different things that supplements and supplementation can do with your body, I've figured out over a long period of time the exact supplements that you would need in order to stop Crohn's for good. Pretty much forever, however long you want to, as long as you take these supplements. And that's pretty cool. And that is, in fact, very cool. I'll give you a little bit of backstory just so that you understand where I'm coming from with and why I'm even doing this in the first place. Why I'm even sharing this information in the first place. Because whenever I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, I did not have medical insurance. I was completely broke and had no medical insurance. And knowing those two things, as well as finding out that I also have an incurable disease along with that, was a little bit discouraging and made me feel kind of like crap. So I asked God, I was like, hey, can you help me figure out how to cure this thing? He's like, you got it, man. We're gonna do this. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see. We'll see if we're gonna do this. Over this course of the 2 years, I had no insurance, and I started to do research on supplements, and that is actually the reason I made the other video about ADHD and supplements. That was while I was starting on my journey of figuring out different supplements. Those supplements do work, it's just I was trying to find a solution for Crohn's, not really ADHD. It was just a happy accident that I found supplements that worked for ADHD specifically. But, so at this point of my journey, finding supplements and trying to figure out how to not have an infuriatingly painful experience in life and not being able to eat anything ever again, because anything that I would eat would literally feel like I was dying. I was researching different YouTube videos to be able to maybe find somebody else out there that had already solved this problem. I kept running across this thing where people would be like, oh, I cured this disease, I cured Crohn's, I don't have any Crohn's anymore, but you're gonna have to buy my course for $999, and then you'll be able to learn how to cure Crohn's. Oh, I'm a doctor and I have also cured Crohn's. I've been Crohn's free. I've been in remission for like 3 years, and I'm not going to tell you a single thing on how to do exactly what I did. So you're on your own, basically. Take your freaking steroids and shut up, nerd, I guess, is what they would say. So there was no help out there, and I was like, I don't have insurance, and I'm getting no help from the internet. Let us go down this road of learning how to read medical journals and figure out how to stop this disease from even being a thing. Which leads me to now. It's been 2 years, and with Crohn's, pretty much, I don't know if it's every year or not. I've only gotten 2 so far. But with Crohn's, you have to get a colonoscopy where the doctor just, boom, straight up into your butt and puts a camera up in there, and you can see what your intestines look like, or if they're really terrible or not. And mine were. They were actually like really bad. My entire, this side of my intestines was so inflamed that they couldn't find my appendix whenever I originally went in to the hospital to get it checked out. They couldn't find my appendix. They thought I already had it taken out. And they were like, "Oh, you still have your appendix? Because like we couldn't find it." And I was like, "Yeah, I should still have it in there. Never had that taken out of me." And basically, my entire large intestine was extremely inflamed. Well, this year, it's 2025 right now. I got diagnosed in like 2023. So, like I said, 2 years ago. So this year, whenever I got my colonoscopy, they went in and I had told them that I hadn't been taking any steroids. I have just been taking supplements. And the doctor basically laughed at me and said, "There's no freaking way you're in remission from just doing this," and basically changing nothing about your diet and doing nothing differently except for supplements. There's no possible way. And I was like, I don't know, man. I just don't, I'm not in pain anymore, and I basically don't have freaking Crohn's anymore. At least it doesn't feel like it. And upon getting my actual results back from that test, the results said, and I can try to put them up here or something like that. We'll see how I do. Or over here. Over here or over here. One of the places. It basically said that there is no evidence of me even having Crohn's disease at all, like having an inflammatory bowel disease. There was no evidence of even that. There was a little bit of tissue that was like scarred or whatnot, but other than that, there was no evidence that I even had IBD. So, that being said, I'm here to share that with the entire rest of the world so that nobody else has to freaking go through the infuriating trouble of trying to figure this out all on your own and having to get your intestines literally removed. We're going to just solve this problem once and for all, and you can have all of it for free, because I don't want to have to hear more people suffer like this. It sucks. It sucks really bad to have Crohn's. So I'm going to give you all that right now. I have the list right here of all the supplements, but I'm going to put this on the screen. I'll also put it in the description, and you can just literally print that off, copy and paste it. But all of the supplements here, all the supplements that I have put right here are what I've been taking for the last year and a half, I think. I'm still working on new ones, but like the ones that are here will work entirely. I'm just working on other ones just because of other ailments and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully this helps. If you want to take them, if you don't want to take them, that's cool. I'm just trying to offer an actual resource, like an actual free resource, as opposed to people who want to sell you something. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video and are going to take some of these supplements, and maybe hopefully you'll take some of these supplements and maybe make your life better. And that's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed.